It is another day for Late Night Scann. I'm actually recording this right after the previous episode where we played with John Donaldson. We're going to hop on into another game here with the Season 3 God Squad. But of course, John Donaldson will not be used again because I have morals. Today, we're going to pitch with Shohei Ohtani. And I kind of want to talk through the pitching with him because he's in the middle of an event and I'm already getting a feel of how he's going to play. And I've heard a lot of feedback from people saying that they don't like this Ohtani card, especially because of the lower walks per 9 and the big pars that he has. So we're going to go through and try to pitch with Shohei and go through how I would go about using him, because I still think he's a very good free-to-earn starter. Will he last my rotation for a while, knowing other guys exist like Greg Maddux, James Paxton, Clayton Kershaw? I'm not really sure, but we'll give him a go in this game and see how he does. So, let's not waste any time. Let's go right into it. We're coming off a rage quit. If you watched the last video, John Donaldson did his thing, and that card is unreal. So we'll have a bit of a different experience because I don't know if Ohtani is going to get the job done the same way. We'll see if he has that sauce, though. I will say, though, I am kind of pushing the envelope and trying to make World Series pretty quick this season. Oh, we're facing Parallel 5 Randy Johnson. All right, this will be a fun little test, I guess. And if Ohtani does not get the job done, I'll take him out of rotation quick, because I want to get World Series quick, because I will also be spending a lot of time getting co-op World Series, which will end up being a video on the main channel. So your boy is grinding this season. So Ohtani, if he gets the job done, he'll stay. But if not, he will be gone very quickly. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry, Diddy Bop. We're just going to let it happen. If you kick my butt, then so be it. But I think Ohtani, you can already see how big that sinker par is. And that's just a sinker. I feel like with Ohtani, you cannot throw too many splitters. I've heard that's been a pitch, especially that is such like a big par. So you kind of got to really make sure you aim this in the dirt. You look at that. See, you can't even aim that in the zone at all. You got to throw that very sparingly. That's right down the middle. I can already tell the control is going to be a little tough. That was 2 straight perfects that just ended up right down the middle, or at least in the zone that weren't really aimed there. So we're going to go to the 4-seam here to get us going. There we go. Still not the ideal control, like not the ideal spot. There we go. We're now going to go with the splitter low. Please end up low. That works. It was good enough. Let's go. Come on, baby. All right, we're going to attack him inside fastball here. I feel like with someone like Ohtani, he's got to really make sure you're taking your time in aiming your pitch in the right spot. That's the vibe that I'm getting, at least. Because, like, those pars are so big, you want to make sure you don't throw that pitch in the wrong spot. You slightly aim quickly, and that pitch could very likely end up right down the middle. Like, even that pitch, I aimed mostly in the zone, and it just got the most center cut part of the par. Even that one ends up in the strike zone. All right, hopefully this works. Just late. All right, believe in the sinker. Nope, don't believe in the sinker. Yeah, I will say Ohtani's lack of control is already becoming a problem. And, you know, he's got 4-seam sinker cutter, and he's not really hitting those spots too great. I feel like I'm just going to stick with 4-seam cutter for now. And I'm not going to throw that sinker too much. I think we're just going to go 4-seam, cutter, and slurve as like the main chunk of our pitches here. Because those are pitches he has enough control on. And then we'll sprinkle in the splitter and the sinker. I don't think you can rely on those 2 pitches in specific enough. And at least we got out of the inning scoreless. But we're facing good old Randy. You all know how it goes with Randy Johnson. A ton of inside slider and slurves to righties. mixing in the splitters here and there. I'm interested to see how my opponent goes about pitching with Randy because he hasn't P5. So he has indeed been using him a lot. And oh my goodness, that was a hanging splitter. And I has a good swing. Just went nowhere. That was a very weird MLB The Show swing there. Like, not that every single swing like that needs to be a homer, but the fact that it's a lazy flyout is kind of sad. We got launch angled there. But initial reaction, my opponent's throwing that splitter a bit, which is good news, I feel like. If people rely on the splitter, I think that's a pitch that is one of his most hittable pitches, especially if you hang it. That fastball timing kind of leads you right into crushing a hanging splitter, so that's a pitch he throws a lot. Cool with me. Ah, another swing we just missed. We're getting the timing down, which is good. And we're on those sinkers. We like just missed the PCI on both of them. But yeah, he's going that splitter a lot, which is good news. We'll have to keep an eye out on that splitter, especially in 2 strike counts. He's not throwing the sliders and serves off the plate too much. He's trying to... got that fastball I wanted. Again, just missed it. That's one of those like very deceptive innings. Like, it ended up in 3 flyouts and not too many pitches. But there were 3 swings that we were basically all over. All right, so... just like first inning, what we learned, we're throwing mostly 4-seam, cutter, slurve. Those are the 3 pitches we're going to use with Shohei here. Because there are 3 different speeds. And then we'll sprinkle in the other stuff in maybe 2 strike counts. I'm going to hit him with a cutter again. My opponent has proven to not be too patient on that inside stuff. I'll throw it again. Yup. Sometimes all you need to do is just throw that pitch twice in a row. A lot of people, like we talked about last game, how my opponent was doing this thing where he tried to hit a spot, missed the spot, and then would throw that pitch a second time in a row to try to hit the spot. But me, I'll hit my spot, and if they don't swing at that like inside cutter, I'll throw it again. Try to get a swing. You can just tell that sometimes people just, you know, they count out a pitch since you throw it one time. All right, come on, splitter. End up low, please. Beautiful. There we go. We're finding it. But yeah, I think with Shohei, the big 2 pitches are definitely 4-seam cutter, especially against lefties. You got to attack inside with those 2 pitches. And you just got to hope that your opponent is not really timing them up well. If you can get that, like this game going, where you get them early on cutters, late on fastballs, then you can pitch with anyone like this. All right, let's go high 4-seam here. Oh. We haven't thrown high at all, and he clearly was not ready for it. There we go. Good bounce back inning. All right, so with Randy here, I'm looking up and away fastballs and down and in everything else, basically. Man, that's one that is honestly a bit hittable, even though it's just below the zone. Oh, he went 2-seam. Way too early on that. Holy smokes. That thing felt like it was floating in. Yeah, Randy's going to be tough. He's a tough one to hit, that's for sure. Randy, it feels like it's a game of just guessing pitches. Like, you kind of just go, Shohei, you're not doing anything lefty-lefty there. I'm sorry, buddy. It's a game of just guessing pitches with him. You kind of just got to sell out on one type of pitch. And either that, you just got to hope that he hangs something like a splitter. Because, like, yeah, like, he is tough to hit when you are just kind of swinging the swing. That's a pitch I got to hit, man. God dang it. 2 rough innings to start, man. I'm still kind of sad at that first inning because we definitely had our pitches to hit. We hit them. We were just a smidgen off, if anything. But yeah, this is definitely a good test for Shohei because I don't think I'm going to score too many runs. And we're, of course, going up against Randy. So if he can outduel Randy Johnson, I think he earns his spot. That's for sure. You're getting a slurve. You are not getting a fastball after that swing. You are absolutely sitting four-seam. See, I feel like that's probably the best way to throw the sinker with Shohei. Is don't even throw it in the zone. There we go. Beautiful. I think you really got to play on the outlier four-seam, and then the around 90-mile-per-hour cutter. I think you definitely got to play those two pitches off each other the most. That's a lucky dot. Let's go low splitter now. Tunnel that off of it. Beautiful. Now we'll go away cutter. Hopefully you're way too early on it. All right, he's starting to take that. So the fact that he took that cutter makes you think he's now keeping an eye on outside of the zone cutters. So we'll be able to dot that pitch, I think, next time. We can dot a four-seam or dot a cutter right on the black. But the fact that he's taking that pitch shows that he is thinking about it. All right, so just late on the way four-seam. We'll now go inside cutter. Now let's go inside splitter. Beautiful. See, the fact that he was so early on that tells me he was sitting dead red four-seam there. You get another splitter. And let's go that inside cutter again. Oh, no, not in the zone, Shohei. Yeah, the fact that that pitch ends up there is scary. Now we'll go away four-seam. Change the eye level. Yep, smell ya. Shohei's looking good, honestly. That first thing was a little sketchy because we were trying to get the sinkers and stuff in the zone, which you absolutely should not do. Also, I'm considering pinch hitting for Schwarber and just playing Napoli. I don't know if I want to call it too soon, though. I think I kind of want to hit lefty-lefty and see how he pitches me. Because sometimes with how people pitch lefty-lefty, yeah, there he goes. Inside fastball. Now he probably goes away slider or slurve right here. Oh, he did. I was just sitting slurve. People lots of times will usually throw two pitches in these lefty-lefty scenarios. They'll either go, like, they'll probably go inside fastball and then right after away slider or slurve. It's just like how a lot of people pitch lefty-lefty. Don't throw enough away fastballs lefty-lefty. So sometimes I like hitting lefty-lefty because I can kind of guess pitches and hope they throw those pitches. And he did there. So I have to remember that next lefty-lefty AB with a guy like Shohei. Just sit inside fastball first pitch. All right, Jackie boy. Jackie Robinson's going to be a key part of this game. We need to find a way to get him on base. I will say my opponent's mixing in the two-seam. So I actually have to be really ready for that. God, and I was late on the four-seam. Yeah, my opponent knows what they're doing with Randy. When you're mixing in the two seams well, that's when I think he really becomes tough to hit. I think some people get a little too repetitive with the four-seam. That one wasn't inside enough. Now he probably goes down in the way. Oh, now he went inside. Wow, okay. Should not have even swung. Why would he even swing at that? Oh, we got a fastball. I'm so sad. I am so sad. Man, that's another one where we could have had a runner on base. We just didn't get it. Pain and sadness. This is going to be a battle of the game. This is definitely going to be the sweatiest one we've had so far. Because this dude knows how to pitch with Randy pretty well. So we're going to have to lock it in quick. I'm just going to kind of take a shot in the dark here. And I feel like the pitch that we're going to have to hit is that two-seam fastball. I think he'll throw one over the plate at some point. And we'll just either find a way to get the timing down on it. That'll be the pitch we hit. Either that or the splitter. Speaking of splitters, that one absolutely hung. You get a low slurve now. Low slurve, and then we'll go low cutter now. All right, let's go high fastball now. Got his eyes set so low. There we go. We get a late swing. Now let's go back, down, and in fastball. Oh, he's got to dot it, Shohei. That's all you had to do there. Ah, no. You can't give him stinky hits like that. Come on. Ah, it's a painful one. I'm not going to lie. Well, and it looks like the second inning of this game where we're going to have to work out of trouble. All right, let's see. So he's early on the sinker. He's sitting four-seam fastball, no doubt. But he has not hit the away ones well yet. So I'm going to kind of use that as like my get-me-over pitch. Now throw this below the zone. All right, he did go to third. Yeah, this is a tough jam. This is going to be a tough one to get out of. We're going to go to mound visit here as well. Get that confidence up. Nice. That's where that needed to be hit. Just a smidgen outside of zone. Now inside cutter. Let's go slurve now. Yes! That's beautiful. That is where that pitch needed to be. Back to the inside cutter. Give me a strike. Beautiful. He's so early on the cutters. Now high four seam. Nice. Well, we're out of it. Crazy enough, like we've been saying, the pitches that we need to get us out of trouble, the slurve four-seam cutter, are getting us out of trouble. But my opponent's like very close to scoring runs. This is one of those games where, like, yeah, Shohei hasn't allowed any. But he honestly probably could have and should have. I gotta hit that, man. Very early, wow. What is up with me? There is that two-seam. I was saying before. Yeah, I will say, there's only, I think, one scenario I remember him throwing two fastballs in a row. Or two of the four-seams in a row. Maybe we'll have to make that adjustment. And you just assume two-seam after he throws a four-seam. But yeah, this is becoming a problem because Randy is building confidence. He's hitting every spot. He's carving us up. Good take. Yeah, freaking two-seam. All right, way to fight that one off. We just missed it. That was a pitch you gotta hit. Holy smokes. This is rough, man. This is rough out here. And I got the fastball just late. Oh my lord. All right, I think we're going to need to play scrappy. 4 innings without a hit. Honestly, we've had swings that should have been hits. But excuses aside, what we need is to play scrappy. We need to get back to just taking a lot of pitches, working counts, getting that pitch count up. I'm kind of a little too aggressive this game. And Randy is someone absolutely not worth getting aggressive against. Because now my opponent's just attacking the zone and we're whiffing way too much. All right, you're getting another cutter away, buddy. He's not really proven that he can sit back on that away cutter. You're getting it again. 3 straight early swings in the away cutter. Sometimes that's all you need is just throw the exact same pitch. Now you're getting away four seam. Yup. Now you get a slurve. Yup. Now you get a high four seam. Oh my goodness. He just wants that four seam. He really wants a four seam in the zone. All right, let's go. Let's play some scrappy baseball here. We're going back to my classic approach. We're just going to guess pitch. I'm looking for an away four seam here. That is the pitch I'm looking for. Early in this at bat, I'm not going to swing unless it's an away four seam. Kind of right. I could have swung at that one, but we'll give him that. Now he probably goes two seam. Oh, he went slurve. That was a hanger. That was one worth hacking at. And in that one, we had to fight off. Man, another swing that's like a solid swing. It's a little bit early. All right, we're sitting inside fastball here. Oh, he went splitter. Again, a freaking dot. Ah, there it was. There it was, and I'm early on it. Absolute pain. Now he threw it a second time. Another fastball. Oh! Yes! He tried to get too fancy with that. Dude, 2 inside fastballs in a row, and he tried to go with that backdoor slider. Last at bat, he went backdoor slurve. Huge. Let's go, baby. We were just sitting inside that entire AB. Okay, now we're getting a little too eager again. No reason to swing at that. What a bad at bat. What a bad at bat. I deserve such a stupid strikeout like that. I deserve it. All right, same approach, lefty-lefty. Oh, yes. We got a center cut fastball. There we go. We're finding it. That was one that we just had a really nice reaction to. Now he's got to be a little afraid of the four seam, this AB. He's got to be. Come on. Oh, yeah, he's definitely afraid of the four seam. Went inside splitter there. That was a hanger. I will say, what my opponent's doing well is he's dotting those sliders. He's not really throwing them off the plate too much. He's dotting them enough where you have to swing at him. Like, I have to swing at that. Also, we will get the pen up. And, you know, Shohei, big outlier cutter guy. I feel like I would go to a Devin Williams or a John Franco next. Someone who throws a little slower. Someone to kind of change the pace. All right, we're going to change it up and attack him inside fastball here. We have not thrown many inside fastballs on the black here. Now that we have a lead, I'm going to pitch a little bit more aggressively, I think. Let's make my opponent hit something. You also cannot time up those away four seams. The four seam especially, he cannot get down. And now, since he was late on 2 in a row, he's going to sell out on it and swing at this low splitter. Oh, it ended up hanging, but it gets the job done. Oh, my goodness. Works. Was he late on that? Wow. Okay. Yeah, he can't hit the away fastball, really. Or really is any of the fastballs. We're going to attack him. We're going to challenge him. Now that we have a little bit of a lead and there's no one on, we're just going to attack inside. Get his eyes inside again. We're going to make him try to speed up his bat. Oh, it's beautiful. You're getting a high four seam. All right, he was early enough on that. Still very late, though. You're getting a high four seam out of zone now. He's getting a little bit earlier on it. You see? He's only late now. Now you get the splitter. Yep. Yep. This is, it feels like in nearly every other video, I always have those moments where I'm like, this is why I always tell people, you got to practice being able to hit fastballs. Because he cannot hit the fastball. And he's at a point where he's got to sell out on four-seam fastballs. So I don't even need to throw him fastballs in the zone anymore. Because he's just trying to get the timing down on those pitches. I was just about to say, like, watch up and in. And then I hesitated. Yeah, I had no approach there. This is what happens when you play against good pitchers on Hall of Fame and Legend ranked. Is like when you don't have an approach and you're kind of just going up free swing, it is so tough to hit. That's kind of what that last at bat was. Come on, Ronald. He went 2 breaking balls in a row to start. Dang it. Dang it, dang it, dang it. It's the one you got to hit. Oh my goodness, that's another good swing, man. This is at the bottom part of the PCI. Man, I can't believe we have only 2 hits this game. It is one of those games that we've been so close to crushing Randy. All right, so he went away there. What if he goes away four-seam now? I am going to still sit inside, though. Good take. Give me an inside fastball again, bucko. Why? Why am I swinging at that? No reason to. I'm telling myself to keep an eye out inside, and I swing at an away fastball. Gosh, I'm a strikeout machine this game. Holy smokes. While Shohei's still cruising, he is still getting the job done. I honestly might just keep him in until he allows a runner. Because he allows a runner, the confidence starts to get down, the tying run is up. And right now, I may only score 2 against Randy, so I don't want to take any risks this game. But yeah, this is the thing with Shohei. This is why he can be so effective. When you're playing opponents that can't hit fastballs well, he's got a great pitch mix to play off of that well. He's got a great slurve and cutter you could use. He's got a splitter. While it's obviously not the best control on the splitter, you just need to have the splitter to throw below the zone as an option. And he also has a sinker in play as well. And like while a lot of these pitches don't have crazy control, with these high velo pitchers, I don't think you need that crazy control. The problem is the velocity. That's the thing that you need people to struggle with. I will say though, good hitters will hit this Ohtani well, I think. Because good hitters know how to be patient and know how to hit fastballs. And, you know, the outlier wouldn't be a problem for a lot of those people. And just my opponent is definitely really struggling with it. Also, I'm getting the fastballs. I'm just early on them. We're hitting some foul ball bombs, which is definitely killing us this game. I'm totally going to strike out now, though. Never mind. He just threw the worst slurve on planet Earth. Yeah, I think my opponent, what's killed him is he tried to get a little too fancy. I don't know where he was trying to throw that slurve, but he definitely botched it. And then after a homer, you give a fastball. That's a pitch to hit. This is one thing I've heard Sebrev talk about, which I think is really good advice. Like, a lot of times people give up a home run, and that next pitch will be, like, in reaction to them giving a home run. Like, he just gave up a rope of a hit on a slider. I bet he goes four seam or splitter here. He's not gonna throw a slider again. First pitch. Yup. There was four seam. Oh, 2 in a row. Again, I'm early on it. And he threw 3 in a row. Well, that did not seem like a right decision. If I was early on the previous four-seam fastball, clearly I was sitting on that pitch. And he threw it again. And Shohei's doing it all this game, by the way. 2 bombs. 7 shutout innings pitched. I've seen a lot of hate on this card. I really have. And I understand some of it. Look at David Wright. Because I could see the problem with the lack of control. You know, sometimes people have a really tough time pitching with pitchers like him who don't have much control. But I don't know. I feel like you kind of got to pitch Shohei almost like you would in a way like Nolan Ryan, where you just really rely on the velocity. You're really relying on the velocity being a factor, and you're not trying to dot pitches. You're more so just trying to hit general areas of the plate with that pitch. And the times when that'll become a problem is when you hang pitches. But the hangers really become a problem when you're repeating the same pitches over and over again. Like, Nolan Ryan is a good pitcher, but when you throw a lot of sinkers and eventually hangs a sinker, or eventually hangs a circle change after throwing a lot of them, your opponent sees it enough and they could get the timing down. You got to really mix up your pitches enough so your opponent really can't get routines. And even if a pitch hangs, you know, the pitches move enough or have enough velocity or there's enough pitches in play where they could still be effective. And that's definitely the vibe I'm getting with Shohei is I'm not trying to dot the zone other than with the four seam. We're just trying to hit general spots, trying to really play off of that four seam fastball and my opponent struggling to hit it, and then mixing in the other pitches just because my opponent struggles with it. And I feel like that's something some people really struggle with in this game is, you know, people really pitch to hit spots and aiming at a spot. And I guess that's a tough part about pitching with someone like a Shohei is you're not hitting spots really anymore. It's really about just hitting areas. The four seam's the only pitch he really has good control on. That and the cutter. But it honestly still isn't even that good of control. Like, their pars are still pretty big. Like, you could still eventually hang one over the plate, but the fact that, you know, see, that one ends up over the plate, but my opponent still has to time up four seam. That's why that pitch still works. See, I'm going to hit him with an away sinker. Hopefully this ends up outside of the zone. Oh, yeah. See how early he was? Because he's trying to get that four seam timing down. Let's go backdoor cutter. Let's try this. We haven't thrown it at all. Oh, that one. Thank goodness that went below the zone. We got lucky there. Let's go down and in four seam. Ooh, he got the timing on it. He timed up a fastball. It was still, like, really dotted. Like, that was the perfect spot for that. If that ends up in the zone, he crushes that. Also, my opponent, like, I am spamming that pitch, that away cutter to so many of his righties, and he is just not adjusting at all. It's why, like, reacting to your opponent is, like, such a big part of this game. Like, when you're pitching, you gotta always be reading your opponent. And, like, my opponent is clearly struggling with the four-seam fastball. He really can't get that timing down unless he's really sitting on that pitch. And can't adjust to the other pitches. Like, he really hasn't had good timing on many other swings. It's just been on a couple of the four seams or like a sinker here and there. Also, we got Randy out of the game. Great success. Good old Adam Ottavino. If you're using this card, he's actually a really nice reliever. He's really good for, like, the way he throws across his body is huge. You can't throw too many of those pitches on the left-hand side of the plate. It's kind of easy to read that those go off the plate. Like, they start off, like, here and stay off the plate. Unless he throws that cutter. So you kind of got to really rely on him throwing across the body. I feel like Ottavino might be better in a lot of scenarios in righty-lefty at-bats. Oh, that's one I got to hit. Like, that's a tough cutter to read. That one absolutely was not a tough one to read. We've got to slow down a bit. Ottavino throws a bit slower. Wow, I thought that was going to be a cutter. He went sinker. You got 97 on that sinker? Wow. Yeah, this Ottavino might be gross. Oh my. I should consider adding him to my pen. All right, please throw a bunch of inside pitches again. That was it. That was the pitch to hit. That was it. That was also a great pitch to hit. Jesus. What a bad at-bat that was. I never had that sinker timing. Yeah, the fact he throws 97 with the sinker is kind of nuts. This is actually a really good reliever card. Like, that pitch is so quick. You got to slow down to an 88-mile-per-hour cutter. That's tough. All right, we have a 7-0 lead. I think Shohei is full reins to finish this 9th inning here. 112 pitches in. He is a trooper. Battling to the end. Does he have a breakout liar? He does. That's huge. In situations like this is where the breakout liar really helps. Because when you start getting to the low energy here, so many pitchers just lose their stuff. Ooh. Good swing. That one ended up in the zone. So being able to have like similar break, even with the red energy, is really huge. All right, Shohei, find it, buddy. This is going to be the toughest inning because pitching with a low energy pitcher who doesn't have good control is actually really terrifying. That's a great pitch. Beautiful. Just close enough to the zone. Now, this is the scary at bat. This is one where I'm going to pitch around Chipper a bit, I think. Or at least try to. As much as Shohei wants to pitch around him. There we go. He gave us a break. All right, 1 out away. And it's Juan Soto, another terrifying AB. And we got it done, baby. Early on the sinker. That was a gem of a game from Shohei Ohtani. He outdueled Randy Johnson. And we killed it. We killed it that game. We had a bit of struggles against Randy, especially to start. But Shohei diced out there. 14 strikeouts. 5 hits mostly in the first few innings. And he hit 2 bombs. Wow. I mean, listen. A lot of people and in the community I see are heavily critiquing Shohei or really counting him out. And I guess this game is an example of, you know, just because some players may struggle or not like a card could still be phenomenal. And hopefully this game was a good example of pitching without having to dot. And that's how you pitch with a Shohei or like a Nolan Ryan or even like a Randy Johnson, where it's not about dicing up the zone or really hitting every single spot. It's really about just hitting general areas of the zone and playing off the high velocity that a pitcher has. And we got a masterpiece of a game from Shohei there. And that was a good little game. That was a good game. I think we got some good tidbits of info there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you hit that thumbs up if you did. And make sure you check out this series of videos. I'm doing these late night scan videos pretty often here on the channel. This is actually number 8. So I hope you guys enjoy. You have a great rest of your day. And I will see you again on the next one.